Good morning again, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to day 3 of Summer Bridge. Again, please excuse the construction in the background. They just have a way of just doing some construction at 9 o'clock in the morning to wake everyone up. So we'll get started. But first, we want to do some check-ins, some highs and lows today. So see how everyone is doing. I do not see people's cameras on still. I only see a couple of us. So if you all can either put a picture up or try to engage with us with your faces as well too. So again, good morning. Who wants to check in first? How is everyone doing this morning? And as you check in, we want to do it again, go along with the themes. And so as you check in, explain a time during the early 2000s. That's probably around the time that you all were born as well too. Explain a time in the early 2000s that you remember, or just to explain a time in the early 2000s that's super historic to you. And who would like to go first?
I can go first.
Thank you, Brian.
Well, the morning is I'm kind of tired, but it's all right. But for the theme, something that reminds me of I guess like the early 2000s for some reason is Chuck E. Cheese. I don't know why. Just like my parents always like took me whenever they could, and I just had a blast. That's pretty much
And then
it.
then you could popcorn it to the next person.
uh, Kiana.
My morning is going okay. We had a summer bridge leader check-in today, so that was cool to see all the leaders because we haven't all been in one Zoom meeting since training pretty much. So that was cool to see everyone. Let's see, a memory from the early 2000s. I think like SpongeBob probably. Like when I was probably like 5, I was obsessed with SpongeBob. Like my whole room was SpongeBob. And my mom kind of went a little overboard about it. And then like as soon as she bought me everything, all of a sudden I didn't like SpongeBob no more. But you can't tell her that. So I think that's what comes to mind for the early 2000s. I'm gonna popcorn to Kate.
When I think about like the early 2000s, I think about shows too. So like the Powerpuff Girls. And I'll popcorn to.
Real quick, Kate.
Yeah, how are you feeling?
Yeah.
I'm feeling good, just a little tired. And I'll popcorn to Dulce.
A memory I have from 2000s would probably be going to Disneyland and then crashing on the way there. And then I'm feeling just tired. And I popcorn to Isabella.
Hi, I'm feeling fine. Uh, I don't really know. My memory sucks. What happened in the early 2000s? Um, y'all didn't know about Justin Bieber yet. I don't know. I don't know.
What year were you
9/11. That
born?
happened 2001. 2002.
Well, they
That
knew
was
you'd be born.
2001. Huh? Okay, yeah, I was born. I popcorn to where's she at? Tia. Did she go? She didn't go.
Hi. I guess I'm not feeling too great today. You can probably tell by my voice. And I guess a memory that I have is like, I don't even know. Oh, when I was 1, I had my birthday party at Disneyland. That's really all I remember. Do I pick somebody else now?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, okay. Perla.
I am feeling good, just tired as well. A memory I have is Six Flags because I usually would go with my brothers when I was younger.
Which Six Flags? The one in SoCal or the one up here?
The one in SoCal.
Okay. How are you feeling? Did you answer that?
Yeah, I said good,
Okay.
just a little tired.
Okay.
I pick Vanessa.
I'm also feeling a little tired, but it's a good day. Early memory that I have is probably when I would go to preschool, I would always watch Dora and like Diego. That was like my favorite movie. I mean, my favorite show to like watch. And I pass it on to Alexa.
Good morning. I'm feeling tired. And then early 2000 memories getting Heelys, the shoes with wheels. I pick Eric.
Good morning, everyone. I am doing well, and a memory that is chaotic to me was when I went go karting, and I crashed. Yeah, crazy.
Did you get hurt?
Yeah. So I pick Luis.
Good morning, everyone. I'm doing well as well. And an early 2000 memories would be me going to the park a lot as a kid. Yeah, and I popcorn, Victoria.
So hey y'all. So how I'm feeling? So I usually wake up with allergies, so that's bad. And an early 2000 memories. Waking up in the weekend and watching Tom and Jerry while eating cereal. When I still ate cereal, but watching cartoons while eating cereal. Oh, and I popcorn to
You don't
Flor.
eat cereal anymore.
No, I don't eat cereal. It's too sugary now. So yeah.
Victoria, who'd you call on?
Flor.
My earliest 2000 memory is Nickelodeon shows because they're nostalgic. And I'm having a good day because I'm tired, but I'm also eating pizza. So it counteracts it. Okay, I pick on Bryant.
I already went.
Okay, sorry. Kate.
I already went.
Oh,
Orlando, Terry, Tyrone.
Dulce.
Yeah, Dulce went already too.
Orlando.
There we go.
Okay.
Good morning. I'm doing good this morning, just a little bit tired like everyone else. But probably my favorite memory from my childhood would be camping. I go camping a lot down by like Yosemite and all that. So that was a good memory. And I'll pick Terry.
I'm doing good so far. I woke up, just had a nice bagel. A favorite memory I had was probably going to my first NBA game, which was the Lakers and the Spurs. So yeah. And I picked Derek.
Good morning, everyone. I was doing fine until this construction happened in the last about 30, 45 minutes ago. But until all that banging started, I was doing good. My favorite early 2000s memory is definitely going, as Terry was mentioning, just watching all of like the Laker games. I was there for the three-peat. and then just going outside and then just reenacting like all the scenarios that happen when like the Lakers would hit like the game-winning shot and stuff like that too. I'm a huge Lakers fan. And I'm gonna pass it to Tyrone.
I'm doing fine, and a memory that I would say is WWE.
And then we got a couple more people still. Ty still hasn't checked in.
I picked
Oh, is that supposed to be for me?
Yeah, that's you, Ty.
Oh, okay. Sorry. What was the question? I just got back.
Oh, you're just check in how you're doing in just the early 2000s memory.
Okay. I'm doing fine this morning. Just a little tired. And early 2000s memory. Oh God. Not gonna lie, I can't remember stuff from when I was younger. Any good stuff, anyways. But probably going to my first Giants game back in 2010 or something like that. So, yeah. Is
And
there
then,
anybody else who didn't go? Or?
Yeah, we still have one more. We have Lisbeth.
Okay, Elizabeth then.
Hi, I'm doing good this morning. My favorite memory is the bookstore at my school. I would always buy little erasers and like Justin Bieber posters and stuff like that.
Thank you all for sharing. I really appreciate that. And also really appreciate for everyone that has their cameras on and stuff like that. I really appreciate you all taking advantage of that. So today we're just gonna go over some tips on how to be a successful college student. And we all have a different definition on how, for one, to define what a successful college student, because for me, what I define as a successful college student can be totally different compared to how you define a successful college student. But these are some tips and some strategies on just ways we all can interpret ways we can be successful as we go through our first process of higher education. So I'm gonna share my screen with you. I created like a little small PowerPoint. It's nothing too marvelous or anything like that. It's just more so just so we can be able to guide the conversation. And then I'm gonna just, can everyone see this? Cool. So what does it take to be a successful college student? I should have put it at Sonoma State, but just in general, what does it take? One of the first things is strong time management skills. I know you all hear this throughout your high school, middle school, elementary school journey, but making sure that we all are managing our time effectively. And so, as we were discussing like the other day, if you are in different extracurricular activities, so if you have a job after that you go to school, if you're involved in sports, if you're involved in different leadership activities, you got to make sure that you're managing your time well and that you're not overwhelming yourself so that one thing is not taking advantage over the other. Because one of the main things why you come to college is so that you can be able to collect that college degree, and so you can be able to change the pathway for you and the rest of your family. And so managing your time effectively is one of the key skills that you're going to be able to develop to be successful. One tip that I could be able to recommend is for you all to be able to get a weekly planner. And so you're writing down all your weekly assignments, and you're also putting down the due dates and when those assignments are also turned in as well too. And then also in that weekly planner, you could put when you have your weekly meetings, if you're involved in organizations. Say, for instance, like Ty, he probably puts down when he has his weekly president's meetings that he has to check in with, when he has his weekly chapter meetings that he has to check in with his fraternity. And so that's a way for us to just be able to stay organized and manage our time effectively, so we're not missing assignments or we're not missing mandatory meetings that we have to attend. It's going to be really critical as we are in this virtual setting, that you do write down the times of your virtual meetings. And so because we all get busy in our day-to-day life, and sometimes that can slip off our memory because we're not actually physically in that class. And so being able to actually write down whether your class is going to be from like 5 to 7 p.m. or whether your class is going to be from like 1 to 3 p.m. or whatever time the case, or wherever the case may be, making sure that you're actually writing down the time of your virtual class so you're not missing that as well too. Does Kiana, Ty, do you have anything to add to that? I guess not.
Yeah. For the time management part, one thing that I want to say is that coming to college as a first year, for me personally, I had a lot of time on my hands because I only had class like, I believe like two 2 or 3 days out of the week, and then starting from Thursdays to the rest of the week I was free, and I had a lot of free times on my hand. I just want to say that if you do have a lot of free time, just use it wisely, because the first 2 semesters, first 2 years are really important in your college experience in order to like get to know your like learning style and campus and stuff like that, and how to manage your time, because in comparison to high school, you had like every hour or so planned out every day, but in college not so.
That was a really good point, Ty. That's something that for me that I struggle with when when I first came to Sonoma State, is how to effectively manage my time. Because my first semester, as Ty was mentioning, I had class on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that was my schedule. And so I literally had no class on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And so I had a 4-day weekend every single weekend, which was perfect. And so what do I do in the meantime when I don't have that class? Do I study the whole time? Do I get involved and stuff like that? And so making sure that, again, that you're managing your time effectively, that you're not going out to every single party, because even though that those parties are always going to be there, again, the main reason why you do come to college is so that you can get that degree. And so again, just making sure that you are effectively managing your time. Also, another critical thing is organization. That's something I also struggle with, is making sure that I'm organized. So one key trait that, again, that weekly planner is going to be really key in making sure that you're keeping yourself organized, that you're keeping assignments when you know those due dates of those assignments, when you have those meetings that you have to attend to as well too. Keeping yourself organized is going to be really, 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 really key, making sure that you're successful as a college student. Again, anything else to add, Ty or Kiana, with organization?
Yeah, organization skills look different for everyone. And I think your first semester in particular is a lot of trial and error stuff. And so you figure out what works and what doesn't work. And the same thing with time management. Some things are going to work for you, some things are not going to work for you, and you just have to figure it out. But it's important to understand. I think the most important thing for first years is to remember why you're at Sonoma State, like why you're at school. Like the point of you being at school is to get an education, is to get your degree. And so there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to come up while you're, especially being at home now. Like there's going to be a lot of different factors that play into it, but you just have to remember like why you're there. So organizing your time and organizing your spaces and having everything laid out is going to be really important to like make sure that you're focusing on what needs to be done. Because once this semester is over, hopefully, and you get to move into the dorms, it'll be a little bit easier to organize just because you have this space that's designated just for school. But like, especially while you're at home, it's important to like designate, okay, this is where I'm going to study and this is where I'm going to sleep. I know a lot of people have been recommending like, don't study, don't like get on Zoom in your bed. because that's where you want to sleep. So you're like so organizing your spaces and being intentional with the things that you're doing is really important, especially because you're at home and school's tough as it is, so you can have a lot of distractions.
That is a huge point, in my opinion, what you make right there, Kiana, about organization and organizing your own space at home, because we're now in this virtual space. I'm currently in my bed, but I've made it comfortable for me to work in my bed and still go to sleep later on at night in my bed at the same time too. That's not going to work for every single person. And so that works for me right now. But in the next 2 weeks, best believe I'm getting myself a table so I could be outside in my living room and stuff like that. How Kiana is super comfortable out there in her couch. That's how I want to be. And so I'm gonna make sure I put myself in a comfortable space. And so I can organize my space, so I can organize the work that I need to do, so I can make sure I get my projects completed as well too. That banging is so annoying. I'm sorry. And they're literally like right here outside of me. The ability to work well with others. Being a team player is really, really being a team player is really critical. And so, again, one thing about being in higher education, being in college, you cannot go through this process alone. And so being able to work well with others is going to be really key in making sure that you're progressing along in your college experience. And so whether that's being able to create a study group or a peer system that you have as support, making sure that you're checking in with your advisors at least 2 to 3 times a month. I mean, not a month, but per semester. So you're creating that, not only that you're creating that relationship, but you're being able to making sure that you're proceeding correctly along in your college journey as well too. And that's also being able to work well with others in your professional, not professional, but in your work life as well too. And if you want to be able to move up at work, you have to be able to work well with others, because they're gonna your manager, your supervisor, they're looking at ways on how you could be able to work well with others and seeing how you could be able to either manage them or supervise them. That's the way that the supervisor is looking to see who could be able to be a assistant manager and assistant supervisor and things like that. So having the ability to work well with others is going to be really key into making sure that you're progressing along in your career and as well as in your job as well too. Again, anything else to add, Ty, Kiana?
Something that, so like, in high school, and you have to like work on group projects, and it's always just like one person that does it. um that still happens in college, and normally it's the students like us who work harder that are doing all the work. So something that I always like to talk to my students about is communication is key to everything. And so communicating with your group members, communicating when you need help with something, is really important, because no one can read your mind, and no one knows what you're thinking. And if you're struggling with something, no one knows. So like, you have a whole team of people who are there to support you through everything. And then also, like, when you're in a group, like, don't be that one who doesn't do anything. And then also, don't be the one who does everything. Like, if you're the only one doing work, like, say something. Tell your group, like, be like, hey, look, like, I'm gonna do this part, you do this part. And if they don't do it, then like, let the professor know. Be like, look, I did my work and they didn't do their part. Like, it's you have to be able to communicate, and you have to be able to advocate for yourself, because no one's going to do it for you, because no one can read your mind. So if you are having issues, so like this past semester I was having an issue with the professor. Like, we just were not, we weren't getting along, and she was messing with my grades. Like, it was just a whole mess. But so I like reached out to Ku, who's my EOP advisor, and I was like, hey Ku, like, I need some support in this. Like, can you help me draft an email? Like what should I do, kind of thing. And I like was reaching out to a bunch of different people to get their advice as to if I should say something or if I shouldn't. So like, you have a team of people who are there to help you and to reach out. And so I think being able to work with others and to support others and also accept support is really important, in college, especially in your first year, because it's a big transition from high school. Like, the teachers are not holding your hands. Like the professors are just gonna expect you to do your work. So yeah, just like reaching out to me and Ty, Derek, your EOP advisor, like anyone when you need support, and then also communicating when you're in class with your classmates, and like just keeping communication open is really important. And reaching out is just I can't stress that enough. Like use your words, you know.
Thank you, Kiana. Again, it's going to lead into what Kiana's mentioning is having a perfect transition, having a support system, especially as Kiana's mentioned, especially in your first year, first semester, you're going to want that buddy system. Don't shy away from the resources. Do not shy away from the support. The support and the resources there are only to benefit you, and be humble enough to be able to accept that support. And that's just something that's just coming from experience. Just because we're everyone in this room right now, we're all first gen students. We all came from a low end background. We're all independent. We want to do this. We want to do this on ourselves. We want to show that we could do this on ourselves. But I'm gonna just tell you this from just from experience, and I know Ty and Kiana can speak about this. You're not gonna be able to do this by yourself. And it's just from the story that Kiana was just mentioning, how she just relayed that message to Ku so she could be able to be supported with that professor. You're not going to be able to go through this journey at college, no matter how independent that you are. You're not going to be able to do this on yourself. It's going to just drive you that much more crazy, that much more insane. It's going to overwhelm you. That's how students wind up not having a good health and wellness plan. And so I just really just encourage you to be able to accept the support, accept the resources, humble yourself to be able to do that. I know it can be challenging, but something that is only going to benefit you in the long run is to be able to accept that support. I always say there's a difference between accepting the support and just being a beggar, because people don't like beggars, and being able to accept the support and accept the help that you need is only going to benefit you. And instead of just begging for that, that's totally different. And so I just want to make sure that you do recognize the differences between begging and accepting the help. Again, do you, Kiana, Ty, anything else to add? I guess. Oh.
I do if Ty doesn't have anything. Ty, you good?
Oh yeah. I was trying to think it out first. But you can go first. I was trying to think what I was gonna say.
For sure. Support. What was I gonna say? Oh, so I work with a lot of students as in multiple roles, and I can't tell you how many students I've seen drop out of Sonoma State because they didn't feel like they belonged on the campus. Now, that is something that we all feel, especially being low income first gen minority students. Like you're gonna feel that when you step on the campus, and it's the support system that you build that's going to keep you there. I work with students, and the ones who communicate with me, the ones who show up to their one-on-ones, the ones who reach out for help when they need help, those are the ones who stay. Those are the ones who push through. But the students who don't show up to their one-on-ones and who just kind of don't come out of their dorm, they think that they could do it all on their own, that they figured everything out. Those are the ones who like end up second semester, they're the ones who fall off. They're the ones who can't handle it. It's too much. And I'm like, well, if you would have just let me support you, or let your professors or your advisors support you. So it's really important that y'all understand that like you don't have to do this on your own. You probably can do it on your own, right? Like we're all capable of doing it. It's gonna be hard, but you don't need to do it on your own. Like that's the whole point of EOP. Like we're here to support y'all. Like I'm a fourth year. Ty's a fourth year. Like Derek graduated through EOP from SSU. So like we've all been there before, and we all had the same kind of feeling, the imposter syndrome, the I'm not good enough, all that. Like we all felt that. We all wanted to go home. And so reaching out when you're feeling down and you're just it's just everything's getting too much is really important, because like we're here for y'all and we understand how y'all are feeling. And I know that once you get on Sonoma State and you look around and you don't see that many people that look like you, and you don't see that many people who have the same experiences as you, like it'll feel isolating. It will, but you're not alone. And like we are here for y'all, and like we know how it feels to feel like that. Like my summer bridge leader, I would always hit her up because she was feeling the same way I was feeling. And so I was like, I would call her and be like, look, my roommates are too much. Like, I need a break. Can I come over? You know what I mean? So it's just, you don't have to do it on your own. And Derek said that a couple times. And like, that's just something that's really important, is like reaching, like students like us, like we're independent. Like we want to do everything on our own. And so trying to understand, I know it'll take a minute to like let that guard down and stuff, but like you don't have to do it on your own. And these people really do want to see you succeed, and they really do want to help you. Um, so like whenever you need, even if it's like the smallest thing, like you just need a break from your roommates, or you just like you're stressed out about a test and you just need someone to talk to for a minute, like reach out to EOP, anyone in EOP, any students, just go to the case lounge, hang out in there, just something, just to kind of get a break and just take a breather, and see that you're not alone, and that you have people around you who want to see you succeed, who want to help you succeed.
Oh, so
Sorry, keep going, Ty.
For tagging on from what Kiana said, there are a lot of resources on campus. It's just up to you to try to help yourself. Like on campus, we have a lot of resources that help students out, like Trio, Maps, Tutoring Center, Writing Center, all these resources. Just try to use those resources to the best of your advantage, because they're all here to help you succeed and help you get through your college experience.
Sorry, I was just adding a resource in the chat that I feel like that you all should be able to utilize, especially the Writing Center. I know that for me, specifically throughout my college experience, that's something I struggled with, especially my first year, was being able to develop my writing skills for whatever lack of reason for it. So we actually have a resource on our campus for so you can be able to develop your writing skills. It's called our Writing Center, and so it is peer support as well too. Sorry, can someone else lead this? All right. Sorry, it's just too much banging in the background. So yeah, so you all can utilize the Writing Center for free as well too. So the Writing Center is also located on the first floor of our library. But being in the first semester, it will be all virtual, but we will have a link for different appointments that students can actually meet with peer support as well too. What I mean by peer support, these are actually students who could possibly be in one of your classes that can be able to support you for that. And they're actually paid for that position as well too. Oh, and then one cool thing also about the Writing Center, and you can always just be able to just drop off one of your papers there, or just be able to scan over your paper, so you can have one of the students just proofread your assignment, and then they'll also be able to provide feedback on how to be able to develop your writing skills before you actually submit that paper as well.
One other thing to add about the Writing Center, for the DSP that y'all had to fill out, there was a question at the end that asked about 99T. A lot of y'all said yes on 99T. That was you complete your 99T with the Writing Center. So I don't know if y'all know what that 99T is, but it's a 1 unit class that you take that where you meet with a writing tutor once a week for like 10 weeks, I think it is, or something like that. And you go to them with anything. So like in your English class, in your English 100A class that y'all will be in, there will be like papers and things like that to write about, or books to read, and then you have to write a response on it. You can go to the Writing Center for 99T, because it'll be a unit that you'll be getting, and really with nothing. Like you could just look, I have this book, I have to read it, I have to write a paper on it. Like, where do I start? And they can give you like some tips on like, all right, when you start reading, like read the prompt first and then look at this and look at that, right? And so you don't have to go with a finished paper. You can go with a rough draft, you can go with an outline, you can go when you need to write an outline. And it's all free, like you pay for it. And so that's something that like you pay for it, so use it. That's what I tell all my students all the time, is like, you're paying for all these services, you better utilize all of them, get your money's worth, because you know how expensive school is. So if they're making you pay for it, you better get every dollar out of it. So use 99T, use the Writing Center, use Lark. It's all there just to help support you.
Thank you. Um, Also, another key to being a successful college student is being open-minded. It's really, really, really critical that you all just stay open-minded throughout your whole college experience. Um, One of the things that, for my experience through my first semester, was taking Sociology 201, and that's the introduction to sociology. That class blew my mind, and it really got me to the feeling of what college is really going to be like. And I learned so much about what a melting pot was, why people interact with certain people, why people do the certain things that they do. And it was just a very just eye-opening experience. And I just encourage each and every one of you to just be open-minded to just learning, because that's the only way that you're going to just be able to advance. And so if you actually go into speaking from experience, this is something that I actually did. I actually went into a class of a specific semester thinking super negative about it. And what I actually got out of that was actually a D out of that class. Yeah, that actually gave me passing for GE credit, but that hindered my GPA a lot. And so if you go, what the old saying is, shoot, I forgot it. Dang it. I forgot the old saying. But if you go into something with the open mind, you're going to expect positive results. You go into an opportunity with the negative mind, you're going to expect negative results. That's basically how it goes. And so really encourage yourself to go into the semester with the goal, whether your goal is getting a 3.0 GPA, whether that's getting a 3.5 GPA, or whether that's just being able to just challenge yourself with this semester, taking this physics course. You know that just this physics course can be really challenging, but you're going to challenge yourself and make sure that these other courses that you have on your class schedule are not as challenging for you. So you just staying open-minded to the possibilities are going to be what's going to come for you. Anything else to add, Kiana or Tom? And again, that leads into having a positive mindset. It's really critical that you, again, having that positive mindset, you're going to get those positive results. I know it's super, super, super cliche about that, the stuff that we are mentioning, but it is really going to help you in making sure that you are successful. We're only speaking from experience. I don't know if you have anything else, Ty, Kiana.
No, I'm good.
I'm good too.
This is something that I know I personally struggle with within my first, I wouldn't even say my first 3 years at Sonoma. Having confidence in myself. Always, and Kiana touched on this a lot too. We're all first gen low income students. Some of us are students of color. And so being in a classroom where you're the only one that looks like you, and you may have to speak for your culture. And what I say is we're all different. I'm only speaking from my personal experience. And so, but that took a while for me to actually say, because I wasn't confident in not only myself, but I wasn't confident in speaking that out to the public, where you have a classroom full of white people that are looking right at you. And so there's going to be some moments where you're going to have to just challenge yourself, and that confidence is going to arise. And so that's another thing that we really encourage you all, is to be involved in other leadership opportunities, so you can be able to build that confidence. And so you're not silent when you need to be communicating and stuff like that too, especially around the things that are going around now with the Black Lives Matter and DACA students and LGBTQI students as well too. So we need to be able to be confident in what we're saying, as well as you all are students. And so if it wasn't for you all coming to the campus and being here and being and learning, we wouldn't get paid. The campus would close down. And so you all control this campus. So be confident in that as well too. So if you want change, speak up, speak out, because we have to listen to you. So that's something I also challenge you all to. If you see something that you want different around that campus, change it. Anything else, Ty, Kiana?
I just definitely want to reiterate what Derek said. Just have the confidence in yourself. You know, we're all unique and special and different in our own way. And this quote that I always live by that helped me with my confidence is that it came from a man. I don't know if Derek or Kiana, you know him. His name is Jim Balboa. He always says this is a quote that I always live by with him in regards to confidence. Just ordinary people can do extraordinary things. So yeah.
I was gonna say something and then I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yes, I remember. So it's one of the questions that I want to ask y'all at some point, but like y'all work so hard to be here. Like all the odds are stacked against you to go to higher education. Like you have no idea the like well you do know obviously, but like the systemic oppression to for you not to be no one wants you here. Like they don't want you, they don't want us in higher education. Period. Like higher education is not for first gen students, it's not definitely not for low income students. And so the fact that you are here, the fact that you made it to Summer Bridge, your orientation for college, for the university, like that's a big deal. And I don't know if anyone has like told y'all that or like expressed that to y'all, but like it's a big deal that you made it here. And so the fact that you're sitting here on the Zoom right now, listening to us ramble about stuff that y'all probably don't really know anything, y'all don't really care, but it's a big deal that y'all are here. So have confidence in yourself. And like once you step foot or once you start your first Zoom meeting for class or whatever the case may be, like you need to be proud of yourself and y'all need to own that. Cause like it was not easy getting here. Like I don't even know none of y'all stories. I don't know nothing, but I know damn well that it was not easy getting here and that y'all had to fight to get here. And you're gonna have to fight to finish. But you have that in you because you got here. And so you have to have that confidence in yourself that like y'all could do it. Because we have the confidence in you and we know you could do it, but you need to know that you could do it. And like the whole back to the support system, like we're here. Like if you fall down, like we will be here to help you get back up. But you have to want to. And you've already worked too hard to get here and then to just give up on yourself. So have confidence in yourself. Like know that you deserve to be here. Like that's the biggest thing. Like you deserve to be here. You worked hard enough to be here. Like it's a big deal for y'all to be sitting here on the Zoom call right now. And you may not realize how much of a big deal it is right now, but you will. You will. And we're happy that you're here. You should be happy that you're here. Like it's a big deal. So have confidence in yourself when you sit in that classroom and you're the only person of color and something happens and then everybody's looking at you like, yeah, look at me because I'm here. Look, we're all in the same playing field. You started way ahead of me and now I'm here too. So now what? Like you can't look down on me because we're sitting in the same classroom taking the same class and I work 10 times harder than you. So be proud of that. Like be proud of who you are and where you come from because like man, y'all did it. And you have 4 more years, maybe 5 more years or whatever the case may be for you and your major, but own that and be confident in yourself because it took a lot to get here.
Facts, facts, facts. Big facts on that, Kiana. Thank you for that. You all are more than deserving to be on this campus, more than deserving to be admitted into higher education. Like Kiana mentioned, we all have different experiences, and you all made it. And so be confident in that as well too. Really be confident in that. And you all, life happens to every student. Some experiences are going to be a little bit more challenging than the others. But again, that's why we have the EOP advisors. That's why we have CAPS for counseling. That's why we are giving you these resources so you can be able to take advantage of these resources and these support systems so you can be able to proceed on, because we don't want you to give up. That's the last thing we want you to do is give up and make it feel like it's more difficult. So really challenge yourself to take advantage of all of this. And then that basically concludes it for our slides. Yes, it does. And we have couple minutes before you all actually get to take a break and go off to your classes. I know that you're all looking forward to that. But before we take off and stuff like that, I just really want to just thank you all again for the opportunity. I know I didn't get the chance yesterday to meet with folks during the 1 to 5 hour. But again, if you all really need to have some of your questions answered, this is a really great opportunity just to be able to go just check in about majors, registration, whatever the case may be about your educational journey. If you have questions about financial aid, please set up an appointment with me between 1 and 5 and stuff like that. You all have the access to the link. So please sign up, whether it's today, tomorrow, or even next week. I'm available. So please use that time. I don't want to just be sitting here doing nothing. And Ty, Kiana, do you have anything else to add?
Ty, do you have anything to add?
I'm chilling.
You chilling?
All right, cool. I want to be chilling like Eric over there in the clouds in San Francisco. But besides that, I'll see you all at noon. You all have a good 10-minute break before you go to your next class.
Wait, I have a question.
Go ahead, Isabella.
Because like you say you majored in psychology or
Philosophy. The other one.
philosophy. Oh, that's why you didn't know what I was talking about. Never mind. Because that's why I was like, could you tell when people are lying? But I thought you said psychology.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay, I got you with the context of that.
Yeah, because I thought about majoring in that, because wouldn't that be a good thing? I want to be a lawyer, so it's not like a certain thing I have to take before I go to law school, like a certain major I have to study in.
We have a couple different we could talk later about it as well too, but there's a couple different things that you can take advantage of that we have within law, whether it's within philosophy, whether it's in criminology, criminal justice, or whether it's in political science as well too. So there's plenty of opportunities for students if you want to go down the law pathway.
Okay.
Yee. And then like Dr. J says, yee. I'll see y'all at noon. You don't know what
No,
yee?
Derek. No, Derek. No, Jones cracks me up when he does that. Oh, Jones is.
But yeah, I see y'all at noon.
All right.
No more yees. I'm showing my age now.
This is the same Zoom link, so if y'all just want to take a break and turn your cameras off and stuff, y'all could do that.
Wait.
Derek, you signing up?
I don't know if I get. That was weird. It didn't give me the privileges like it did last time.
The privileges.
Because last time I made you the host. Oh, no, Ty's the host.
I think Ty's the host.
Interesting. That's weird. All right, Ty. Can you do me a favor and send the recording tonight?
Okay. Do I just email it to you or?
You can if you want. I'm just gonna forward it to Summer Bridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sure. So either one. If you forward it to me, I'm gonna just forward it to Summer Bridge.
For sure. Do you want me to record the lesson too, or?
Yeah. This whole thing's gonna be recorded. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Cool. Thanks, man. I'll see y'all.
All right. Bye, Derek.
Bye. Oh, wait. Do we want to check in before noon?
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to do that right now?
We can do that.
All right, we can do that right now.